Yesterday on Power Lunch, we asked the Atlantic Council President and CEO Fred Kemp about the possibility that, given the complexity involved in the breakup, an exit by Britain may not happen after all. Listen to this.
I think you're absolutely right to raise the issue of whether it's going to happen and when is it going to happen, because nothing starts in the EU until you trigger Article 50. And Article 50 isn't triggered until the Prime Minister signs a note to the EU saying, look, we're ready to start our exit. And that may not happen until October, and we don't know with which Prime Minister. So you're going to have a long time of uncertainty, which is what's shaking up the markets, is the uncertainty.
And we're joined again today by Fred Kemp, the President and CEO of the Atlantic Council. Yesterday, you seemed a little bit hesitant or uncertain that the Brexit was a sure thing. Has your thinking evolved a little bit? Will they find a way to stay, maybe?
It has evolved. If I had to wager, and that would be buying the FTSE index right now, I would say that Brexit will not happen, and I base that on three arguments. First of all, it isn't triggered. The Prime Minister, David Cameron, could have triggered it on the day of a referendum. And it could well be, if he didn't do it on the day of the referendum, nobody ever will. Most of the political leadership doesn't want it. Even Boris Johnson, on the day that he wrote his editorial in the Daily Telegraph saying he was on the Leave side, had written an alternative editorial, so he's a little bit mixed. The second reason is the EU has a history of rolling over referenda. You had the Danes in 1992 on Maastricht, they voted against. You had the Irish twice in 2001 and 2008. On the Rome and Lisbon treaties. They reran their elections. They rolled over the referenda. The EU made some compromises, and things went through. And then you see the mood of the British people. 4 million people have signed on to a petition against the outcome of the referendum. And you have Scotland and Northern Ireland potentially putting constitutional vetoes in the way. I don't know whether they can legally do that, but they're going to do everything they can to slow down the rush to the exit gates. And then the British have to say, well, do we really want to give up our 3-century-old United Kingdom? And then finally, you have German Chancellor Angela Merkel. She does not want Britain out of the EU. She sees her legacy as being saving Europe. And so I think she'll try to make some sort of deal with Britain that will allow a second referendum. But what gravitates against this is, of course, you've had a vote. And it's a very clear vote. And you also have a lot of people in Europe that would like to throw the Anglo-Saxons out. So we've got a lot of drama in head, but I am betting at the moment the Brexit will not happen.